with What If Naruto Had Infinite Chakra Part 4, I think. Wow. 4 parts. Huh. I think that's actually a new record for me. Um, just kidding. What if Deku Had Ancient Genes had more? You should definitely go watch that. Um, anyways, let's focus on, what if Naruto had infinite chakra right now? How about that, guys? Alright, yeah, I know you all wanted this really badly, and to be honest, so did I, because I've honestly been having a rough time of it. But, anyways, I'm back. We're back. And we're gonna start off right away. Smash cut! Yeah! That was so lame. Kakashi is off on his own, training hard, thinking about how he was basically a sidekick to Naruto, and Sasuke the entire damn mission, and only got to fight like one guy. He's kinda salty. He's already being surpassed by 2 genin. He thinks that Sakura is still weaker than him, but he's not content with said bullshit Sharingan shenanigans. As a result, Kakashi has started training hard, and the group doesn't see him for a while. Kakashi is learning a lot of new ninjutsu and working on perfecting his purple lightning. You know, that badass jutsu we see in Boruto. God, why did they waste the coolest jutsu for Boruto? But Kakashi literally only uses it once, and in a cool way in a light novel. Yeah, being near Naruto has shown him that relying solely on being Kakashi of the Sharingan is making him weaker. As a result, Kakashi is able to tap into the immense well of chakra he was able to tap into in the war arc. Not nearly as much, but he's actually gradually getting stronger. But this has the unfortunate side effect of putting Kakashi in the hospital, to which his team visit him and tell him he's an idiot. Naruto does give him a boost of chakra to help him with his exhaustion, but he's still exhausted. His physical body cannot handle the amount of stress he has been putting himself through. And he has broken bones, like, everywhere. He's been abusing the hell out of the first gate, trying to figure out the second one on his own. He refuses to ask Guy for help, since they are eternal rivals. Also, hey guys, this is Tic Tac #1 coming in, ruining plot for the sake of ruining plot. So yeah, I wrote this about a year ago, and since then I've read a lot and learned a lot. And yeah, I am actually going to be making a change. So, last time I interrupted and broke the fourth wall, I had told you that Sasuke's eyeballs were magic, but regular. Okay, I'll explain what I mean by that. I said that Sasuke would have Izanagi and Izanami, and that's true. He will have those abilities. However, Uh, Sasuke's about to drop a knowledge bomb on Kakashi, and I want you guys to start a flame war in my comments for this. Like, yeah, I just wanted to say, bring it. Kakashi asks Sasuke if he's training with his mangekyou, since, the whole Izanagi Izanami thing is overpowered as hell. And Sasuke says something that drops Kakashi's jaw. Kakashi Sensei, I in fact have, and there's something I need to tell you. Kakashi looks at Sasuke, already fearing that Sasuke's vision is starting to go. What is it, Sasuke? Is your vision leaving you? Actually, it's the opposite. My vision hasn't changed in the slightest. If anything, it's become increased. Also, I discovered yesterday that I have another ability with the Sharingan. Kakashi looks at Sasuke confused. As far as everybody knew, the Sharingan only had one ability per eyeball. Only one magic set. Kakashi looks at Sasuke, rather perturbed. What do you mean, Sasuke? Sasuke looks at Kakashi and states blankly, I believe I have my brother's Amaterasu. Kakashi's jaw hits the floor, and he has everyone clear the room. Kakashi looks at Sasuke and thinks for a moment. Sasuke, as far as I'm aware, nobody has ever manifested 3 mangekyou sharingan abilities. Are you sure? Sasuke nods his head dumbly, answering Kakashi's question. Sasuke, I don't believe that you have unlocked the mangekyou. Sasuke, not understanding what Kakashi says, activates his mangekyou immediately. Kakashi-sensei? Look at my eyeballs. This is kind of proof enough. Kakashi nods his head, but then elaborates. No. What I mean is, your mangekyou is far different than any other mangekyou unlocked in history, except by one person. Who is this other person, Kakashi-sensei? Kakashi looks visibly uncomfortable, and then flat out states, I actually don't know. It would be an Uchiha who would know the answer. Sasuke scowled. So, Itachi would probably have the answer. But I can't very well talk to him. Sasuke chuckles darkly and then rolls his eyes. Kakashi sighs. You've started using his name a lot more often and a lot less angrily. What's going on, Sasuke? Sasuke just ignores this and decides to change the subject. So, I kinda jumped straight from 1 tomoe and 2 tomoe to the mangekyou. I'm going to need some help getting used to my sharingan. Kakashi chuckles. I'll help you to the best of my ability, but you should train with the mangekyou active. I mean, you shouldn't damage your eyes as long as you don't use any of your mangekyou powers. Or, I don't know how that works with your eyeballs, but anyways. And yeah, that happened. So, for the rest of the time they have left, Kakashi is actually going to teach Sasuke how to use his sharingan, and how to not rely on it, considering he never was taught that in reality, and now he's a wimp. Also, with Kakashi adding chakra pool, he's able to activate his mangekyou. This is originally a kink in their training, but Kakashi says that he won't be using his mangekyou for now until he's 100% cut the Sharingan strain on his chakra pool. Because if he uses his mangekyou at this point, he'll go blind and pass out. He doesn't know that Obito has pulled some bullshit with Hashirama cells. He didn't read the manga, guys. Sasuke inquires about how Kakashi activated his mangekyou, and Kakashi tells the story of Rin. So, you had to kill a comrade in order to obtain your mangekyou powers. Yes, that's why I got so worried when you said you wanted to obtain your mangekyou. And that's why I wanted you to know whatever power you seek is with friends and comrades, not out there for the highest bidder or in taking revenge. Sasuke flares up. He's still a little bit driven by revenge, even if it's not directed towards his brother anymore. I will have my revenge. But you're right. The power does not lie in that. It lies in my comrades, like Naruto, and you, Kakashi-sensei. And Sakura, Kakashi says in a sly voice, noticing the extra glances Sasuke has been giving her, especially with his Sharingan active. Shut up! Sasuke screams, a little embarrassed. And yes, we're going to get something more akin to post-Orochimaru pre-battle with Itachi from Sasuke. He's not too edgy, but he's almost definitely the most edgy character in the anime. Okay, Sasuke, I'll leave it alone for now, Kakashi says as they continue their training for the rest of the day, and Sasuke heads home. And yes, Naruto does save Konohamaru from Kankuro, not because he likes him, but because he doesn't want to see issues arise between the leaf and the sand. And the whole thing goes over like normal, with the exception of Gaara not even coming out because there's no Sasuke there. So now we get to the Chunin exams. Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura all meet up at the building where Sasuke is challenged by Lee. Lee says Sasuke isn't allowed to use ninjutsu or genjutsu, but Sasuke not even wanting this fight right now, either too tired or dreaming Lee as a side character, says, "Why would you want me to fight you with no ninjutsu or genjutsu?" Lee perks up. "So I can beat you and prove that hard work, I can be a genius." "Then wouldn't you want me at my strongest? Otherwise, my power is cut in half, and you have the clear advantage, since that's all you can use. I'm a genius in chakra, not taijutsu. So you're really just handicapping me in order to get a cheap win. That's not how the shinobi world works. No ninja is going to say, 'Alright, I accept those terms,' and be willingly killed when their power is halved to suit your agenda." Lee thinks about this for a second, and profusely apologizes for trying to get a cheap win, and acknowledging Sasuke is right. "Then would you please come at me with all you've got?" Sasuke smiles and reveals his mangekyou. "Sure thing." Instantly, Sasuke puts Lee into an ocular genjutsu. Not Tsukuyomi. That will kill Lee. We no need dead Lee. That he can't escape without the use of chakra. And since neither of his teammates are around, Sasuke, Naruto, and Sakura walk off, leaving Lee there in a world of genjutsu. And I know, it's harsh. But honestly, it's something that Sasuke would do since he has genjutsu available to him, and he didn't want that fight in the first place. Team 7 walks off and easily dispels the genjutsu in the hallways, seeing that Sasuke sees through it, and Naruto and Sakura sensing something in their chakra networks being off. They see the two Chunin standing there, and Naruto and Sasuke say something that catches them both off guard. "So, was this one of the tests? And if so, why disguise yourself as Chunin? If you wanted to stay inconspicuous, Genin would have been more appropriate. And if this was just a test, being Jonin just makes you seem like less of a dick to those who figure it out." They both laugh and de-transform, scratching their heads. "Well, it's just more fun to make people think that we're being dicks, honestly." Naruto and Sasuke laugh, and Sakura just looks at the two scoldingly as they walk away to the exam room, and then walk away to the exam room. In the exam room, Naruto doesn't waste any time, and he finishes his entire sheet. Sakura finishes most of it and figures out that the test is meant for them to cheat. Sasuke, using his base sharingan, not even the mangekyou, because bleeding eyes would cause some interesting questions to come up, like, are you using the mangekyou? Why are you using the mangekyou? How did you unlock your mangekyou? You know, those things. Ibiki notices this immediately, but lets it slide. The only person he's paying attention to, every single detail to fuck over, is Naruto. See, Ibiki and Naruto have become best friends. Because I'm going to say that Ibiki has one of the highest chakra pools due to half of the bullshit he pulls off in the pain arc. Dear Christ, this man literally summons a torture chamber from nowhere, from hell, and literally restrains one of the paths of pain, which all of them have ridiculous chakra pools and overwhelming strength. Either Ibiki is God or could kill God. I do not care if there is a difference. Anyways, Sasuke sneaks all of the answers that Sakura didn't get to her, while Naruto smiles and sits back and waits for the final question of the exam. Will you stay and answer the 10th question? If you stay and answer it and get it wrong, your team will never become Chunin. If you leave and don't answer the question, you'll be able to return to the next Chunin exams. Naruto, who instantly understands the situation and the implications behind the test, tests out a jutsu he's been waiting to try before. The Yamanaka clan's mind-to-mind jutsu. He tries to cast his thoughts over to Sasuke and Sakura, both at the same time. With the few seconds he has, he tells them both that if they leave, they won't have to worry about becoming Chunin. He'll kill them. The fallback from this is a splitting migraine. As a result, Naruto never gives his inspiring speech, so all of the fodder squads that get their asses kicked out in the Forest of Death, they aren't even a factor anymore. They're gone. So, people entering the second stage of the Chunin exams, as followed, in case you didn't understand what I meant. Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, Ino, Shikamaru, Choji, Hinata, Kiba, Shino, Lee, Tenten, Neji, Gaara, Tamari, Kankuro, Kin, Dosu, Zako, Mizumi, Yoroi, and Kabuto. Anko comes in, and she looks fairly depressed. Oh, come on, man! Did you do that stupid 10th question test again? The Jonin with large breasts with a see-through shirt clearly has to be kidding. That, or is just terrifying enough that nobody mentions it. And Naruto knows all too well what happens when people mention it. She hasn't taught him the striking Shadow Snake, or any of the jutsu Orochimaru taught her because of it. Which is sad, because I think they'd be cool. But not as cool as Sasuke would be with them. Anko looks at the crowd disappointed. I can't have a second phase of the Chunin exams with this few competitors, Anko growls. I already thought of that. That's why I got the third to sign off on replacing a few low-level Chunin into the exams as teams. If they're expected to be at a Chunin level, they should be able to handle Chunin level enemies, correct? With a gleam in her eyes, Anko laughs. She agrees that this is fact the law of equivalent exchange. Come, children, your torture awaits! Naruto grumbles, knowing that she isn't kidding. Outside, they all stand in a circle together, and Naruto has a flashback to the first time he was taken there, when he was only actually 7 years old and placed in the center, and Anko told him that if he survived, she'd teach him everything he knew. That was before the young and very much pervy Naruto had to mention Anko's bare chest showing through her uniform. Naruto laughs, remembering Anko chasing him around and trying to kill him for days, and the pervy sage apologizing profusely to her, before he left on another research trip. Naruto's daydream is cut short by a kunai flying that he barely managed to avoid, but gets hit by a second, and Anko behind him, she licks the blood off his face. Keep your eyes open, Naruto. Sasuke bluntly asks, who's that provocatively dressed Jonin, and why did she try to take your head off? Naruto rushes and puts a hand over Sasuke's mouth. Dude, not the time. They all head to head and pick up their scrolls, and Naruto goes to who he knows is supposed to have the Heaven Scroll, accidentally grabs the scroll of Earth, and then apologizes. Oops, sorry, wrong one. Anko, having none of this, inspects the scroll and finds the seal. She chuckles at Naruto's ingenuity, but incinerates the Earth Scroll and puts out a new one. No cheating. Ninjas cheat every day. That's literally what the last test was about. And this test is to see if you can find and destroy an enemy in unfamiliar territory. It would make it too easy if you just popped up, unannounced, kicked the crap out of whoever had the scroll, and disappear. My dad would do it. Silence! Oh, please. Everyone knows by now. Even the other villages. I see no reason in hiding it. It's a matter of safety, Naruto. You know that. When do I get to do it then? When you're promoted to Chunin, like the third said. Yeah, but that jutsu's really useful. I know, and technically you shouldn't even know it. But the third has been way too kind to you. I'm the Leaf's #1 prodigy, after all. Neji hears this, and purposes in his heart that he's going to crush Naruto. Unfortunately, Neji hasn't read the manga. Naruto laughs and walks away from his scroll, leaving Anko smiling. She thought back to when Naruto was too much like Orochimaru with his hunger for knowledge and his raw talent. But she's since seen to like the brat, and sees that even though he's a true shinobi, he doesn't have the stomach for senseless violence and murder. Naruto walks back to his team, leaving 2 sealing marks on their kunai pouches. Sakura punches Naruto, thinking he's being a perv, but Naruto quickly explains that he just placed a seal on them where he would always be able to get to them. But he didn't want to mark their skin, although he could. He explains how this would allow him to get to them if they were ever split up. Remember, our enemies should be Chunin, which means they may have faced the same tests we're going through. They have the advantage, so we never split up. If we're forced to split up, the 2 that are together cover each other's back and search for the missing party. Also, I give the signal to run, you run. Sasuke, you and Sakura, run like your lives depend on it, because at that point, it's a fight to the death. Naruto, we're a team. We can't leave each other. We have to fight together no matter what. Sakura says, I'll knock her out and take her with me, if that does happen. Though you better not lose, Sasuke says. Sakura tries to protest, but Sasuke looks at Sakura with his sharingan activated. Sakura kind of pulls back. A little scary. Sakura, Naruto is probably already low to mid Jonin level at this point. He's probably already sensed that what I have. Someone sinister is lurking around here. I can't quite find him, but it's a disgustingly powerful chakra. Should we tell the examiners? I doubt they've even noticed. There's Anbu scattered throughout the area. Then we should be safe. The Anbu won't blow their cover unless whatever it is poses a threat to the village. If we're going to die, they'll see it as a strategic sacrifice. The second that mask is on, their mission starts. No one they love or hate will break their deadly focus. That's so cold. That's a ninja, in its purest form. They've seen so much death and destruction by now, it probably bores them. Naruto and Sakura both make a vow that they'll never be that cold. Sasuke, on the other hand, admires the dedication it takes. Probably some mixed up feelings about Itachi. He should really work on that. Someone to protect the village. You have to burn it down. Naruto looks at Sasuke with a soft glance that carries an, "Are you okay there, buddy?" Let's go, they all say in unison, and head out into the forest. Naruto and Sasuke use their sensory ninjutsu, which is a little more developed than Sakura, to try to sense out where the enemy teams are. However, it's hard with the Anbu that are all over. What's going on? There must be 15 squads out here. I've heard rumor from the Hokage's office that there might be an attack from another village during the exams. Sakura grasps. Shouldn't the exams be cancelled then? I mean, if we're about to be attacked, does it really matter? Canceling the Chunin exams now would be a show of weakness. It's basically saying Konoha can't repel the attack from enemy forces. It invites other villages to take advantage of that weakness, as well as the fact that if they do attack, it's an act of war. If we don't know about it, massive casualties can be assumed in the first assault. However, now that we do, we know that we would immediately repel the attack, and the Anbu and Jonin are on guard. Any attack is doomed to failure. after the Hokage, if he hadn't fallen in the war, would order to make a formal declaration of war. And in war, we must have Chunin and Jonin level ninja ready to fight that war. However, the Anbu in these woods do have another purpose. We sense them, so so enemy ninjas should be able to sense them as well. Normally, Anbu wouldn't even let an ounce of their chakra escape their body if they meant to stay hidden. This acts as a deterrent to any war. So any plans the enemy village has, they know we know. We are on guard and we're ready to take swift action. How do you know all of this, Naruto? I trained under the third and the captain of Root, Yamato Sensei. That's not his real name. He won't tell me what it is, but we have a really strong wood style user. Naruto, can you use... No, it's a Kekkei Genkai. I can't learn Kekkei Genkai. Naruto pushes his shoulders off. Sasuke is actually partially disappointed to hear that. Damn, would have helped in the forest. Huh? Sorry. Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura decide that they've gone far enough into the woods and decide to make camp. Like in the original, Naruto goes to urinate when he's jumped by a Chunin? Wait, what? Oh, this is awesome. Please tell me you have the Earth Scroll on you. Sorry, it's back with my team. Naruto sighs and breaks the rope around him and knocks the Chunin out and binds him to a tree with chains. Naruto walks over to Sasuke and tells them about it. So, I'm going to interrogate him. Want to watch? Sasuke and Sakura come along, and they see there's actually 2 other Chunin there, looking for their friend, and trying to free him from the chains. That seem to get tighter the more they struggle. Hey, if you keep pulling, you're going to cut him in half. Immediately, the 2 Chunin who see this, knowing Naruto to be the one who has infinite chakra, as well as the son of the 4th Hokage, since yes, that is common knowledge in the village. We don't want any trouble. Shame, you found it. But you know how you can get out of it? With an Earth Scroll. We can't just give that up. Yeah, you can. Actually, I advise it. You're not a Chunin yet. Show some respect. A leaf shinobi from behind the one who recognized Naruto. Dude, shut up. This kid is scary. He will kill us. I mean, I'm not going to kill my comrades, but I will break you so bad Tsunade couldn't heal you. At this point, the Leaf Chunin rushes Naruto, kunai drawn, screaming, I'd like to see you try! Naruto smashes the Chunin across the face and sends him into a tree, cartoonishly embedding him in it. Then, for good measure, Naruto makes a hand seal and wraps chains around the Chunin. Well, I got both your teammates down, but you seem to be a reasonable guy. Care to trade your friends for an Earth Scroll? We can't! We're not allowed to give them up under any circumstances, or we're demoted from Chunin. I mean, take your pick. A painful beating where I take the scroll in the end anyways. Naruto smiles wryly, and the Chunin who stands before him surrenders the Earth Scroll. Wow, you face death every day, and this is the best you got? My name could have meant nothing. I could have been having a bad day. But that one show of force, that one tiny speck of power, the rumors about me were enough to make you abandon your mission? You guys really are pathetic. Naruto says, visibly disgusted. Thinking back to Itachi, who slaughtered his loved ones to protect the village, and these so-called Chunin even attest, even they had nothing to really lose, still abandoned their mission. You guys don't have the right to call yourself ninja, Sasuke says. With the Chunin paralyzed in fear, Naruto takes their headbands. Come on. Come get them back when you decide facing me in a fight is worth less than your rank. I should clarify some things that I added to make this moment a little more impactful. It's something that I would have liked to see in the Naruto series. I don't care how fanfiction-y it sounds. In the world of ninja, a ninja is given one headband. If it's taken by the Hokage, that means you're not allowed to be a ninja anymore. If it's taken by an enemy, you're not allowed to go on missions until you retrieve it, or start again from the rank of an academy student, which is actually a rank in Naruto. They don't get to go on missions, and they have to attend a certain number of classes to be considered to take the Genin test, with a Genin instructor. Anyways, back to the story. No, you can't take our headbands. They must not mean much to you if you're willing to surrender your rank. In a real situation like this, when you go up against impossible odds, if you're folded when you were going to be beaten, you would fold when you're about to lose your life. The challenge stands. Come find me when you find your resolve. Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura walk away. Sakura feeling sorry for them, but understanding that they weren't supposed to be Chunin yet. They continue on their way, now heading to the tower, but then they feel an angry, evil presence, closer than before. It's the one they felt outside of the Forest of Death. Naruto is eaten by a giant snake, but before it has a chance to carry him off, he slashes through it with a wind-enhanced kunai, but he sees the snake extending its neck towards Sasuke. And that's going to be where I cut this off. Ha 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 ha! But yeah, I'm gonna be honest. My voice acting is probably a little sloppier, and I'm sure shit not rating very well. But in the end, it's probably because I'm extremely exhausted, and I just felt like getting these videos out. Sorry in advance. Please like and subscribe. Anyways, I'm usually better at this. Anyways, you guys have a awesome day. Bye.